Hi. So I've had another kind of breakdown and breakthrough too. So I've been thinking a lot about living or not living. Wait, that doesn't make sense. Let me explain. I've been seeing a lot in the spiritual community, people saying, prepare, like it's gonna get ugly. This is just the beginning and stuff. And while I agree, I think everyone should do whatever makes them happy. I'm no one to tell anyone what to do. I've been thinking about what to do with my life. This year is I think Saturn Return. So I turned 30 next year, May 18th, and I've been going through this identity crisis, and like I quit my job, and I was wondering if I made a mistake in coming to live in Barcelona, and I've been like rethinking a lot of my life choices and looking for what I want to do with my life and stuff. And on top of that, there is the pandemic. So I've been like thinking about a lot of things. And on this full moon in Pisces, I've realized that I've gone through a lot and I haven't been feeling my feelings. My moon is in Sagittarius. And if you know anything about astrology, you know that Sagittarius will tell you the truth to your face, but they often are very like optimistic and don't feel their emotions. So, and I'm also a Taurus, and we tend to just go with the flow. Not go with the flow. We tend to just go, and we don't really stop to think or to feel, and we are quite patient with the people around us. You know how a bull like continues to fight even if there's no point, and even if he has like, I'm Spanish, so I have seen this image of the bull like wounded with, I don't know how they're called. I don't watch them, but I've seen them on TV because that's it. I don't agree with it, okay, but it's a tradition that it's in Spain. So I've seen the bull really wounded, still trying to hit the, I don't know how even they call the bullfighter. Those motherfuckers. Sorry, not sorry. And I feel like that right now. And because I am in a place where I can stop and feel my feelings, and I have the space and the time, I am doing that, and it's been a lot. And I've been seeing myself with a lot more compassion and understanding that I've done in a long time. And I started this journey of like self-healing back when I was in university in Madrid. I was like 20 years old. So like it's been 10 years. But I was taught as a child. My mom told me when I was like 7 or 8 to not cry, but instead I had to think. And every time I've been like overly emotional, I've been taught that was wrong, that I had to just like process my feelings but alone, like I couldn't be seen crying. And so I learned that as a child, and even as a teenager I always cried, quote unquote, in secret. And I realized that's not right. As a Cancer rising, I became so stiff, and I also discovered feminism back then, and I was so angry at men. I still am, to be honest. Back then, when I was in London, what I did was to put up this front, this like strong, badass, confident version of myself in order to survive. Because if you know London or any big city, you know you have to thrive to survive, and you have to fight, and you can be strong. And that's what I've been doing all my life. But since I quit my job and I don't have to put that front anymore, and I'm becoming more and more myself with this Saturn return, I realized that my heart is so soft, and I had to go through all this hardship and through all these things so that and I'm not saying I'm the only one that is going through a lot. We know the global situation. You all know about Cuba and how much it means to me. Even Palestine. I now understand why it bothers me so much and why it hurts. But I think that your heart is supposed to break so that you can pull up the pieces, and once it's healed, you can experience more joy, more happiness, more love for other people. And another thing that I've noticed is that I've become really solitary. Like, I don't have a physical friend I can go to vent and be myself with here in Barcelona. I had one friend like that, and we drifted apart last summer. So I don't know. I feel like I'm doing this really in-depth work on myself so that I can help other people. And I'm not saying this to sound like I'm gonna save everyone. I know I can't. But I'm also thinking a lot about this idea of the Buddhist monks. Like, once they've done the work on themselves, the actual work starts when they go down the mountain and they are with people again. I mean, everyone has different paths, and I'm not trying to judge anyone. I'm just saying that for me, personally, doesn't feel right to just go off grid and like live in like light and love and like positive emotions and positive vibes. Because how can you not look at what's going on in the world and like weep? Honestly, it doesn't feel truly light and rainbows and happy vibes at all. And I don't understand how people can just look the other way. For me, it breaks my heart every time I see the news about Cuba or Palestine, now the volcano. I feel like we are here to experience everything, every emotion. And sure, you can choose what exactly you want to experience, but it feels, as I was saying, like your heart has to break so that you know what happiness and joy feels like. And so when you focus on happiness and rainbows and unicorns and happy vibes, how can you know what that is really about if you haven't gone through pain? If you just focus on the positive, then how do you know if that's... I think that's where toxicity comes from, because you don't know, you are focused on your good emotions, and then you don't notice the bad things, the toxic patterns that you are doing. I don't know. So for me to be going off grid, it just feels selfish, honestly, for me, again. And maybe it's kind of like victim mentality, in the sense of, or like even addiction to bad stuff, or like, for me, going off grid and just forgetting about the world feels like turning on humanity. It doesn't feel right, and kind of lonely and scary, the fact that so many, what I've seen, so many people from the spiritual community, the ones that can actually heal, the one that can actually help other people, choose to not do so, when that's, for me, that's the main point, no? Like, I mean, for me, I just want to leave this planet, so I'm trying to clean my karma, and I don't think turning on humanity will help you do that. So that's just my 2 cents on where I'm at with my Saturn return, with my identity crisis, my life crisis, this pandemic, the people going and stuff. Thank you so much for listening to me ramble about this identity, life crisis, whatever that I'm going through. And I will speak to you soon.